Welcome into yet another Meltdown movie review. I have not seen this movie, Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, but our producer, Tyler Johns, has seen it, and he's here with his full spoiler review. If this is a movie that you're sensitive about spoilers on, then maybe you should go see it first and then come back to this review. But if you just want to know whether or not it's worth your time and your money, that's what we're here to do with Tyler, as he's going to get into all of the spoiler territory as well. I'll go ahead and give you the premise for this film. Winnie-the-Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, and Owl find their home and lives endangered after Christopher Robin reveals their existence. Not wanting to live in the shadows any longer, the group decides to embark on a rampage through the town of Ashdown and get their revenge on Christopher once and for all. Here's my first question, Tyler. Is this a slasher film, a slasher sequel, that delivers on what it's selling to you as an audience member?
So this is at the level I thought the first movie should have been at. The first movie, about a fifth of the budget of the sequel. A lot of the death scenes were played very straight, very serious, and you really don't get that wackiness that you would expect from a Winnie-the-Pooh slasher movie. I mean, just me saying that alone, you're expecting the most over-the-top, wildest, crazy thing you can imagine.
Is this a film that takes itself too seriously, or is the audience totally in on the joke the entire way around, that these are beloved children's characters that are now committing heinous acts?
In this one, the audience is in on the joke the entire time. The first one tried to play it straight. It tried to just keep a serious tone, and it's very hard to do that when you see a 7-foot-tall bear in overalls.
Hey, I'm a 7-foot-tall individual, and I take offense to that comment. I'm kidding. I really don't. But Winnie-the-Pooh, he seems very upset in this particular film. Tell us why.
So the original film starts off with Christopher Robin growing up. He stops going to the 100-acre wood as much to bring food. All the animals in the 100-acre wood, they don't know how to defend themselves, so they have to eat Eeyore to survive.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
No wonder he was so sad.
Yeah, he knew it. He knew he knew he was first as soon as it got cold. But this movie, after Eeyore's death, the animals swear revenge on Christopher Robin because it's his fault.
So they want vengeance, and I have a feeling that they end up trying to get that vengeance, but it maybe comes up just a little bit short from what I've heard.
Just a little bit short. Christopher Robin ends up winning out in the end, delivers the final blow to Pooh as he gives his signature line, "Oh, bother," as he sees the axe coming. I busted out laughing. I genuinely love that scene.
So you had a fun time watching this. It was a thrill park ride for you.
I had a blast. If you like the wacky, over-the-top horror that doesn't take itself seriously, I've heard Terrifier is very similar to that.
Oh, yeah. I've seen all the Terrifier movies. I haven't seen this or the first one, but I've seen all the Terrifier movies, and it is of the same vein.
All right. So you might like this one. Also, if you're a fan of the original novels or children's stories, whatever you want to call them, the cartoons as well, you'll love this. Like I said, you got the "Oh, bother" line at the end. Also, someone gets stuck in a honey tree. Bad news bears.
And I hear there's a scene with a bear trap, which is pretty rough, too.
It was rough.
This is a film that has plenty of splatter, from what I'm hearing from you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the big business picture here, because this thing is expanding. There's now this thing called, I'm not making this up, the Poohniverse is something that now exists. Who all belongs in the Poohniverse, and who's all getting films made about them? It sounds like you're on board for all of it.
So, in the Poohniverse, Pooh Bear Cinematic Universe, whatever you want to call it.
You can't keep a straight face while talking about this.
I really can't. It's so ridiculous. You've got the 2 Blood and Honey films that already exist. They've already started on Blood and Honey 3. You've got Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare. There's a Pinocchio movie. I forget the subtitle for it, though. And
nobody knows it. No, Pinocchio. That's awful. Sorry. Please continue. Who else?
Bambi, The Reckoning, which we actually got a first look at last night. Just a quick clip of Bambi flipping over a car with his antlers.
Were you chuckling throughout that as well? I mean,
Absolutely.
There's so many possibilities here with things they can do with this.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's being supported by a fandom that wants to see these films made. And as you mentioned there, the budget keeps going up more and more for these films. And you saw that money spent on screen last night with the production value of this, obviously heightened from the first one.
Oh, yeah. They got 5 times the budget for the first one, and they didn't say, all right, let's just go with some effects. Let's get a big star to come in to try and bring in more eyeballs. They said, no. We have complaints about the costume design. We have complaints about the, I guess, how standard, how
straightforward,
subpar the violence is, and they delivered. And also, first movie, like I said, doesn't focus on Christopher Robin. This one focuses entirely on Christopher Robin, which is what you want from a Winnie-the-Pooh movie. Why they ever just thought about not having Christopher Robin in the movie just blows my mind.
The internet has championed this thing to expand, and it sounds like you walked out of this a very satisfied customer. What would be your overall rating for Blood and Honey 2?
I would say 4 out of 5 if, and only if, you like the wacky, over-the-top, violent horror. If you're not into that, you might be turning away every few minutes because it gets really graphic, and I can see why people don't like that. But if you are into that, if you are a Winnie-the-Pooh fan as well, then you get a wacky, fun horror movie that does not take itself seriously. It gets you in and out in 2 hours. It respects your time, respects your money, and you'll have a good time.
And in return, social media continues to champion it for sure.
Of course.
Tyler, it sounds like you had no regret seeing this thing.
Absolutely
And it
not.
sounds like you're all about where this thing's going to go from here. If you are interested in visiting our title sponsor, you can do that. Guess what? Anywhere at any time. Yes, it's mybookie.ag. It's a very busy time of year for them at MyBookie, and you can bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Make it happen here during the tail end of the college basketball season. If you're looking for a break from all the college basketball, it sounds like a very different type of experience is Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey, Part 2.
Much different than March Madness. Still madness, though.
Yes, definitely. Tyler, we appreciate you going out there and making this a part of your weekly assignment. We appreciate all of you Meltdonians for tuning in here to our spoiler-filled review. I'm sure Tyler will have much more to say about this in the comment section below. If you have seen it or you plan to see it, please let us know. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more movie reviews in the future right here on The Meltdown.